Good evening. The news summary for this Sunday, 28th February. The Ministry of Health has recorded a total of 26 COVID 19 cases yesterday, bringing the total number of cases in the country to 2,618. All the new cases are Seychellois, 2 are from Praslin, 1 from Ladigue, and 23 from Mai. 24 people have met the discharge criteria and were released from quarantine yesterday. There are 18 Seychellois and 6 foreigners. The Electoral Commission has published a report on fund received and expenditure incurred by political parties and independent candidates during the campaign period of last year's presidential and National Assembly elections. According to the Electoral Commission, this is the first time such a report is published by the Commission.
The Electoral Commission's report shows that l'Union Démocratique Seychellois, LDS, is the political party that got the highest amount of funding for campaigning. In total, 6.29 million rupees, but United Seychelles, US, reported the highest campaign expenditure, around 6.2 million rupees spent. The report says that l'Alliance Seychellois, which participated only in the National Assembly elections, is the only political party in breach of Section 94 of the Election Act, as it did not submit to the Electoral Commission the required financial statements needed for the preparation of the report. The report proposes a number of recommendations to improve the accountability of political parties and independent candidates in the way they spend campaign funds. The recommendations include the necessity for candidates and political parties to have a dedicated bank account for electioneering, to allow compilation of financial statements and proper auditing if required. It also proposes amendments to the Election Act and Political Parties Act that will provide, for example, for a more level playing field in terms of campaigning funds for independent candidates.
Seychelles will commemorate the Zero Discrimination Day on the 1st of March. As a message to commemorate this day, HIV/AIDS support organization HASSO says that there are still different forms of discrimination against people with HIV and AIDS among the key groups in society. HASSO says the society needs to review its laws that encourage discrimination and promote laws that advocate equality for all to encourage sustainable development of the society. The Truth, Reconciliation and National Unity Commission, TRNUC, has launched a survey seeking the views of the public about compensation for victims of human rights abuse during or in relation to the coup d'etat of 5th June 1977. The survey also addresses the issue of amnesty for perpetrators of human rights abuse during the time of the coup d'etat. People who are generally interested in the work of TRNUC are also being invited to complete the survey that will help TRNUC formulate a policy about compensation and amnesty. The questionnaire can be found on the TRNUC website, and the deadline for submission is mid-March of this year. The COVID-19 pandemic is having a great impact on all areas of life, and students' education have not been spared, especially when school had to close for a period of time. But this has not prevented some students from excelling in their IGCSE exam.
Giant Gondaria studied at the Onspalo Secondary School. He did 7 subjects for his IGCSE and got A stars for all of them.
I devoted the whole year to prepare for it, but to get 7 A stars, yes, it was surprising.
Another student who did very well in the IGCSE exam is Natalia Pile. She did her secondary school years at English River. She sat for 6 IGCSE subjects, which she got 5 A stars and 1 A.
The kind of grades that I got was so unbelievable. I estimated maybe 3 A stars and a few Bs.
Carl Gedeon studied at the Podlawi Secondary School. He did 7 subjects for which he got 2 A stars and 5 A's.
I'd say I performed quite well, despite, again, my circumstances throughout last year.
These students say studying for the IGCSE exam during a pandemic created special challenges, especially when the school remained shut.
The distraction, there was just so much going on around the world and around me in particular. So I found it hard to concentrate on anything specifically, at least for an extended period of time.
I think that everybody just lost motivation for school, the teachers included, because some of the teachers actually admitted that. Even the students tell you we lost motivation during the second month. So it was difficult for us to actually manage our workload and actually keep up with the syllabus.
Whereas Giant, he says he faced the same challenges, but the pandemic has also inspired his choice of career.
I would like to pursue a career in medicine or anything related like microbiology or biotechnology. What influences me to pursue this is the demand in this year and the following years that will come, especially related to COVID-19 and the pandemic.
All 3 students got accepted in the schools of their choice, Giant and Carl at the advanced level school. As for Nathalia, she will be studying accounting and finance in Business Studies Academy.
The Ministry of Education says they are looking into different types of technology to help in education. This is throughout the whole system, from management to virtual classes. They say that the pandemic has increased the need for new methods of teaching and sharing information, and that technology is key to those changes. The use of virtual classes and mobile education are what they are heading towards. Members of the Baha'i faith start their fasting period as of this Monday of 1st March. It will last 19 days until 20th of March on Nowruz, the Baha'i New Year. So fasting marks the last month of the Baha'i year.
It's very important because in most religions, it's one of the pillars of spiritual development, prayer and fasting. There's very good reasons for it because this abstinence from food and drink that the Baha'is do from sunrise to sunset for 19 days, it's also has got a lot of health benefits, helps you to lose weight, helps to cleanse your body, helps to give a rest to your digestive system. But the most important is the spiritual aspects, where we spend more time on prayer, on reading the writings of not just the Baha'i faith, but other religions, and to deepen ourselves. And this helps to inspire us. And so when the fasting period is over, it should be changing our energies, being more positive, being more able to be instruments of peace and unity in the world, rather than discord and conflict. And help us to change our behavior and our relations with each other, because it helps us to strengthen the bonds between us as families, at workplaces, our friends, because unity is everything. When people are united, it's a strong force. It doesn't mean we don't have difference of opinion, but we do it in a respectful manner. Where we can agree to disagree, and that's very important for the progress of Seychelles, especially at these times, in these times that we are living in. So we hope that all the Baha'is have a very fruitful fast, and we really derive all the spiritual and material, physical benefits from it, so that as we start the new year, we do it with a lot of hope, with a lot of joy, and contribute more to the development of our society.
That's the end of this news summary. Join me at 8 for the news bulletin in Creole. Until then, have a pleasant evening.